Okay, so this is the third worksheet, and we are going to talk about mole concept. So as always, don't forget to write your name and student ID first, and then we move on. So we start with a discussion question: what quantity do we use to convert between grams and moles? And we talked about this in the lecture slide a lot of time, and that is molar mass. Okay, how do we find the molar mass of CH4? So if you look at the periodic table, to find the molar mass of any compound, you can check it on the periodic table, check the atomic mass of each compound, and then add all together to find the molar mass. So for carbon, carbon CH4 has 1 carbon and 4 hydrogen, right? So carbon is 12.01 plus you have 4 hydrogen, so 4 times the mass of 1 hydrogen is 1.008, and we have 4 of them, so you add all together and that will be 16.042. Okay, and the unit is gram per mole. So that's how you find the molar mass of any compound. Okay, so the other question is, how many atoms are in one molecule of CH4? We have only one CH4. How many total atoms? How many atoms do we have? Well, how many hydrogen do we have in CH4? We have 4 hydrogen. We have 4 hydrogen. And how many carbons do we have? We have 1 carbon. So how many total atoms do we have? We have 5 atoms, right? So for one CH4, we have 5 atoms, 1 carbon and 4 hydrogen. Okay, so let's go to the practice problem. The first one, we have 50 gram of CH4. How many total atoms? Okay, so we've had this in a lecture slides. So we start with the given information, 50 gram of CH4. Okay, and you have to go from gram to mole first. And what quantity do we use? Molar mass. We have gram on top, so I put the gram on bottom so we can get rid of that. Gram of CH4, mole of CH4. And we just find the molar mass of CH4, which is 16.042. So 16.042 gram is 1 mole. Are we done? No. We have mole of CH2 so far. So how many CH4, sorry, how many CH4 do we have in 1 mole? So for 1 mole, and I write the mole on the bottom because I want to get rid of that with the one on the top. So 1 mole of CH4 is Avogadro number of CH4. And remember, CH4. And remember, we are talking about mole of CH4, so it is Avogadro number of CH4. You cannot do anything else. These two should be the same in your conversion factor. Okay, so are we done? The question is asking how many total atoms, not how many CH4, so we are not done yet. So we have to do one more conversion. So from this equality we have on the top, we can make a conversion factor, right? So we have CH4, I want to get rid of that, so I put it on the bottom, so I know 1 CH4 have 5 atoms, right? And the question is asking how many total atoms, so it seems like we're done. So gram with gram of CH4, mole of CH4, mole of CH4, and number of CH4 with number of CH4, and we have number of total atoms. So it seems we're done. So the rest is just putting these numbers in the calculator, and that is 9.384 0.47 times 10 to 24 atoms. Okay, so I'm not going to take off points for sig figs, but if you want to care for sig figs, we start with 3. Well, the molar mass, it depends how many digits we are reporting it, so that might be an issue, but we have 5 here and we have 3 here. This is exact number, Avogadro's exact number, and this is also exact number, so we don't count it as a sig fig. So we start with 3 and we have to end up with 3. So a better answer is 9.38 times 10 to 24th atoms with the correct sig figs. Okay, so let's do the next question. We have 40 grams. It's just like the question on the top, just with a different molecule. It's asking how many total atoms of the mass of NH3, ammonia. So we have 40 grams of NH3. So from mass, we have to go to the mole. Gram is on top. I put it on the bottom to get rid of that. So NH3 and 1 mole of NH3. So let's find the molar mass of NH3. So nitrogen, the mass of nitrogen is 14.007 plus we have 3 hydrogen, and the mass of hydrogen is 1.008. So if I put these in the calculator, times 3 plus 14.007, it's 17.031 gram per mole. Okay, so 17 point, and I'll find all of these information from the periodic table. Okay, so 17.031 gram of ammonia is 1 mole, and then 1 mole of ammonia is Avogadro number of ammonia, 23rd of ammonia. Again, when we are talking about mole, we should talk about the same units. 1 mole of ammonia, Avogadro number of ammonia. We cannot change this, okay? So we are not done. It's asking how many total atoms. How many total atoms do we have in 1 ammonia? We have 1 nitrogen and 3 hydrogens, right? So we have 4 total atoms. So 1 ammonia, I write this on the bottom to get rid of this one on the top, has 4 atoms. Okay, so let's see. Gram of ammonia, mole of ammonia, mole of ammonia, number of ammonia with number of ammonia, and we end up with the number of total atoms. So we're done. So the rest, we just put the numbers in the calculator and find the answer. And that is 5.66 with 3 sig figs times 10 to 24 atoms. Okay, so let's do the final final question. So we have 40 grams of NH3. Again, 40 grams of NH3. We go to the mass of NH3. So 17, just like the previous question. Gram of NH3 is 1 mole of NH3, and we want to find how many, so we have to go use the definition of mole. 1 mole of NH3 is Avogadro number of NH3. NH3. So in this question it says how many nitrogen atom. Okay, so until here we find how many NH3 molecule. We want to know how many nitrogen atom. So how many nitrogen atoms do we have in 1 NH3? We have just 1, right? So 1 NH3 has one nitrogen atom, right? So that's what we need. So gram of NH3 with gram of NH3, mole of NH3 with mole of NH3, and number of NH3 with number of NH3, we end up with number of atoms, okay? So when the unit is okay, we just put these numbers in the calculator and find the number. And that is 1.41 times 10 to 24 nitrogen atom.